Hello, all the wonderful mums in business and busy working mums out there. It is really difficult sometimes to juggle between whether you're working or you're home or you're trying to do housework or you're on school runs. And one of the biggest things I often find people struggle juggling is their finances. So if you're running your own business, it can be really tough to work out sometimes like which pot everything comes from. Do you actually pay yourself, or do you forget to pay yourself and pay yourself last, or do you make sure you pay yourself first? There's all these different things that go on that if you've got a job, you've still got the whole juggling to do, but you don't have the juggling of finances as well. At the end of the month or the end of the week, however it works, you get paid for the work that you've done. Absolutely fine, no problem. What about though when you are running your own business? It can become really difficult just to try and work out whether you are coming or going, or who you've got to pay, when you've got to pay, who have you got to pay from where. And if you have, if you don't keep things organized, it can go completely wrong. Now, I always find that budgeting and any form of financial planning is the last thing that people want to do, but it is the most important thing that you need to do. You need to be making sure that you know where all your money is going. And when you've worked out where it's all going, you need to make sure it's not going to the wrong places. So there are some businesses out there who run their businesses on grants and income from like the lotto and things like that. And they have to keep track of every single penny as to where that goes. They need to know where the funds have gone, what they've been spent on and everything, and report back on it all the time. But why do we not do that as normal businesses? I often go into places and I'm going in for one reason, and I find that I actually end up helping with the finances. I end up helping create a budget for ongoing, creating some comparatives so we can actually see where the money's gone and what it's been spent on. And you need to do that in your home and your work life, especially if you are self-employed and your income's a bit sporadic, which it generally is if we're self-employed. We need to make sure that we are accounting for all of our costs, and we're not slipping the odd thing through the wrong account. And if we are, absolutely fine, it's not a problem. There's always a way of dealing with it, but actually just being conscious of it and actually just making sure we're going to account for everything that we've got in there. One, we want to get it right for our tax. We want our profits to be a true reflection of how the business is actually doing. If it's not doing very well, then we want to take steps and get it so it's working well. If it is doing well, brilliant. We want to know how much tax we've got to pay as soon as possible so that we can actually save for it if we need to. But what about the day-to-day running? That's all well and good doing it for compliance reasons, but how about doing it for you? So what's coming out every month, what's coming in that is guaranteed, what might be coming in, what might not be coming in. Are there any jobs that you've done that you're not actually going to get paid for because the people have been a bit dodgy or whatever? You really need to just have that control, and having that control will keep your mind a lot clearer. It's one less thing for you to have to worry about because you've got control of it, so you don't have to worry. And it's also just very satisfying when you see that what you've actually paid out is what you expected to pay out. And any differences you can actually account for. So you can say, oh, the computer went wrong, so I had to get a repair on it. You can't plan for that, but you can have some allowance in your budget for it. So it's really essential just to make sure you've got that element of control in there. Now, this may seem very random when it comes to your superpowers of juggling home and work life, but it is really crucial both in your home and your work life to know that you can cover all of your bills. Financial stress is not fun for anybody. If you've got children, it also adds a stress on. We've got celebrations coming up. in the UK, it's a big thing for the kids. The schools have already started doing things. When I dropped William off this morning, they were decorating stockings, and we're only halfway through November. Fair enough, they've got quite a lot to fit in around everything else, but you know, there's this huge hype, and William's already come up with this huge list of what he wants. He's not getting half of it, but because he doesn't need it. But you know, he keeps coming up and saying, "Oh, could I have this? Could I have that?" And it's really good to know by doing this simple planning that actually you can think, okay, I can afford what they want for Christmas because I've got control of my business finances. I've got control of my home finances, and I know I've got the money available, and I'm not going to put myself in an awkward position or a stressful position. You're going to keep it happy and merry and just make your life so much easier. So take that control and use it and make sure you're sticking to budget. And if you're not, just work out why. And is it something you need to put right? Is it something that couldn't be helped? Is it something you've missed out of your budget and you can add in for going forwards? All these little things will be really, really helpful. If you want to learn more, comment below for a link because I'm running a webinar on Wednesday morning all about, that's UK time, all about budgeting secrets for mumpreneurs, which can also be used for running your household as well. Have a great evening, everyone.